I need to thank a few people, Billy. I didn't get to do that. I want to thank the Coleman family, Big Bud, Miss Kim, Miles, Morgan, Swole, DJ right here, the whole family holding the community together for quite some time, allowing you the space and the place to get your face out there in the atmosphere, Craig. Tell your story to the world, Craig. I ain't say around the corner to the niggas down the street or nothing like that. I say to around the world, Craig. So we appreciate the Coleman family. We really do. Big shout out to Superior Renaissance Community Development Corporation. And to remind you all, we got a gala event, white carpet gala event coming up March 14th at LeBron's 330 House in Akron. So, you might want to get on board with us with that early RSVP and all of that. So it's going down. That's going to be a really great event. It's going to be a fundraiser. It's going to be a heck of an event. We got some really great people being involved, some really talented people that's going to be performing and everything out there, great meals, everything like that. So get out March 14th, straight up and down. And if y'all hip to the Superior Clean Team, if you're a young man, young woman in the community around here, especially around Superior, 105, the 125th area you live, you could join us on the weekends and help us clean up. We'll feed you really well. It's volunteer, but it's going to be a paid stipend real soon. You might want to get on the ground board because people who got in early who's going to be lined up first for that. So, every Saturday, every other Saturday, you've been seeing the community, being well kept. You've seen us out there with the vest on. You're thinking it's court ordered. Nah, it ain't court ordered. None at all. Not at all. It's organized by men in the community that's standing up and taking ownership of where they live. But just think of the mentality, man. We cleaning up over here. I was on the other side of town the other day, and I was eating some candy, and I had the wrapper. I'm balling up. I was about to throw it on the ground. I had to think, what the hell am I doing?
Right.
What am I doing? I'm cleaning up where I live, but I'm a litter somewhere else.
Right. Yeah.
We got to catch ourselves and check ourselves, But I'm right here with Mr. Billy Sharp, Omni Media right here. Now, Billy, before we went to the break, I was asking you how, about where did you get involved with the Leftwich Group to where they expanded into 6 different franchises. And you were saying around the time where they would fight for 15.
Right. So I went in. I was on the fight for 15, or thinking about advocating for it. So they were saying at the time that if we had $15 in the city of Cleveland, it would drive business out. So I went to. I knew Jeffrey just from hearing that. So I went and sat down with him and had a conversation with him, and around that. What was going on around that topic.
Hold on, how did he feel about it? Obviously, he probably didn't have too much of an issue. He put you down with him.
I mean, it was a discussion. He was really honest with me, and I went on to continue to advocate for the Fight 15. There was some kinks in it, in that it would only apply to the city of Cleveland. So people can make an argument. Well, why would it only apply to the city of Cleveland? Because you pay $15 an hour in Cleveland, but how many people that live in the suburbs work in Cleveland are benefits of that, but they take that money and go back out into the suburbs? That's a legitimate argument. Then I found out from the community, our community didn't really want it because it meant that they would give up their benefit.
What do you mean? Help me out.
So Section 8, food stamp, those benefits. If I'm making $15, that's what I'm saying. But that's our frame of mind, and we'll get to the summit in a minute. But that's why we got to have this conversation. Because if you're getting $15 an hour, you don't need those.
Yeah, but Billy, $15 ain't holding me together.
It's not, but
it's tough at $21 an hour.
That's true. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I can't reject the 15 so I can hold on to something that's gonna keep me locked in. Look at what this administration said. I think you got 2 years on Section 8 now until it becomes a work requirement. 2 years.
Wow.
And then you got to figure something out, because 2 years we done. You have to work and get it, or you don't work, you don't get it.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So when you get that help from the government. They get to pull your string. They tell you where you live. When you get Section 8 now, first year, you got to live where they tell you. And where is that? They send you out to the suburbs now. It ain't in the neighborhood. They sending you out to Parma.
And then they flipping the script with regentrification and moving in where you moved out of.
Right, but then where you moved out of, they redoing it, making it
rezoning it, reflipping it.
And now the place where you was paying $5, it's $1,000 now. So you can't even come back to where you lived at. So you can't come back with Section 8.
Yeah, it is tough, man.
Then when you go out to the suburbs, with their police department, you can't do the same thing in the suburbs that you can do here.
Right.
Like work on your car in your driveway, barbecue on your front porch, all that stuff we like to do. Can't do that out there. That's why you go in the suburbs. You never see anybody sitting on the porch, do you?
Nah, you don't.
Because they got everything going on in the backyard or in the basement somewhere. But we don't operate like that. You know how we operate. You can't go out in the suburbs. So most of us go out there and end up locked up.
Okay, so hold on. So you joined the Leftwich group, and they had you had the conversations, and some of them the conversation may have been contentious a little bit because different views.
Right.
But you were able to come to some kind of agreement.
But I wasn't going to him for that. I was just going to him to see what would have been the impact if we went to 15 just in the city of Cleveland.
So what happened? You ended up getting off that fight?
It went down.
Yeah, because the people didn't support it.
So then a person that you know, Yvonne Conwell, we were working with the Urban League, right? And
Yvonne, I think I remember her. I don't think she remembered me. At least she act like she remember me. Yvonne, you remember me? Holla at a player.
So we were working together, and we went in. They had a program called Big Freedom Readers. Started volunteering with that. So
with Dolores.
Right. Now on the state school board. Right. Yeah. So we were doing that program, and then so I started doing some hiring consulting for them. Got in kind of that way, doing the hiring and stuff for them, and then doing the events. And we just got to a point where it was really a fit. They aligned with my community engagement. That was the thing that made the relationship work. Is because when Peaches and Jeffrey came, they were all about the community, helping the community. So, and they put money behind that. And so,
man, how real is that? Jeffrey Leftwich? Jeffrey Leftwich, right?
Ledwidge, yeah.
Ledwidge?
Yeah, Ledwidge.
There
you go.
Hey, Jeff, man, keep your head up. Keep doing it, man. Keep representing, man. Yeah. For real, man. You're giving the fries out. You're helping the community. You're helping the reading resources, man. You're doing a lot of great things in the community. I just had to let you know that, give you flowers from a player.
No, you're right about that. The Juneteenth event we do in East Cleveland every year, $100,000 in product just go right to the community. We do same thing.
$100,000 worth of product.
Go. We pull up a truck. We set up a tent. Ain't no big fanfare. All you gotta do is pull up, one bag per car, get it, pull off. We sell out every time.
Wow.
Every time. Same thing, St. Clair location, 55th location. We do that each location once a year. $100,000 in product at those locations go right in the community because we understand that's how we make our living. We make our living in these communities, so we should be giving back to these communities.
Hold on, real quick. Did you hear about that? A lot of dark owners of the McDonald's franchises are complaining that McDonald's Corporation got ill practices toward dark people. Dark franchisees, making them do the remodels and makeovers.
That's not it. No. That's a mandated thing. It's not just African American owners. That's a corporate thing. Every McDonald's.
But you had a group of African American owners right now that's got a lawsuit right now. It's at least 8 of them, maybe more. But they're saying that they were forced into these practices. Not asking too much of your opinion on that because you're not, but. You know, McDonald's or anything.
The lawsuit, I didn't hear that. But the
lawsuit, I ain't making that up. Y'all got to look into that right now. It's a group of African-American business owners that's coming against McDonald's for foul business practices towards their restaurants.
And they have a right to have their day in court. And however that hashes out and legally wise it'll go the way it goes. But I can tell you for our owner-operator group, y'all
don't have those issues.
We don't have those issues because we invest in our community. We understand we in our communities hiring our people. The people you see in the restaurants, and those restaurants we have reflect that community. So when you come in and the person on the front counter may not be what you want, but know that that person comes from your community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not often that we get to do that.
Yeah, my homegirl be at the drive-thru. I be hoping she hook me up with them fries, but the manager always be around.
Right.
I can't get the fries. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna have to go corporate and get a connect like that. You know what I'm saying? Where I can walk in. Billy, he hooked me up one time though. I think I said something. Billy was like, "Here you go, brother." You know what I'm saying?
But you got that coming because the work that you do. And I was telling somebody, I was with a group of people that I honor every year that help me with some different giveaway stuff. And I throw a party for them at my house. And I was telling them that I was on my way over here. And the work that you do, you have a connection in the community that nobody else has. That's why when I was with Frank Jackson, he got to come here and talk to you. Other people, they got to come here and talk to you because you have that connection. And you're the only one to have that meeting. I'm telling you that. Nobody can reach that connection like you. Other people can try. But no, you got to come here and talk to Player T to reach that connection. So that's why I'm coming here with the summit, because I need the community to hear that story, to be a part of that conversation, and you got that connection.
Thank you, I appreciate that, and that's real. But I wanted to say, Billy, that leads me to the summit. All your work in the community, your outreach, is culminated to where you recognize that it's bigger than you, bigger than your group, and you're inviting other voices in to attempt to steer the narrative in your community. Am I right?
Correct. So in this environment that we're in, and I liked what you said about the cleanup weekend. I like that because that's us taking
superior clean team.
That's superior clean team. That's us taking responsibilities for our community. So this conversation, the summit, is an extension of that, in that we in the black community should be coming together to organize a local black agenda. Because we got issues out of the wazoo. We just talked about McDonald's. So I do the hiring for those McDonald's that we have.
Wow.
Our people are coming in.
You do all of the hiring?
All of the hiring. Our people come in ill-prepared. Ill-prepared to get the job? Man, some days I'm really
thinking because it's McDonald's is minimum wage or whatever. You thinking you can come a certain kind of way? No, you still gotta present yourself in a great light, a great footing. Can't come in there stinking and looking crazy like you don't deserve to work here. I'm sorry.
No, you right.
I want to help some people that come up to you,
But think about if I'm not sitting on the other side of the table when they do come, because I can see through that. I can see through the not coming properly dressed or bad English. I can see through that. But if it's not me on that side of the table, they'll go through the interview, not get the job.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
Many times I've told people, hey, I'm going to reschedule you for next week. I want you to come.
Wow, you did that much, buddy. Ha! Yeah. No, we ain't no gatekeeper. No, we ain't no gatekeeper.
No. I'll tell you a quick story. A lady came. She brought her 2 kids to come and get a job. I think they were 17 and 16. They came with shorts on, not dressed properly.
Like Daisy dude?
Almost. It was a boy and a girl, almost.
What kind of job y'all was trying to score and land? I don't know.
But the part I felt bad was that the mother was with him, so I told both of them.
It was deeper than McChickens.
I told both of them, I said, I'm going to reschedule you for next week, come dressed properly. The mother came up to me and said, I am so glad you told me, because I tried to tell them before they left out the house, this was not the way to go to ask somebody for a job.
That's what the mom said?
That's what the mother said. She said, if I get them back here before you leave, will you interview? I told her yes. I ended up hiring both of them.
Wow. They adjusted their attitudes, got together, and came back. Yeah, I don't know you ladies, but I'm proud of y'all.
Yeah.
Because we could have stayed scallywagged with it.
Right, you're right. Because if it wasn't me on that, they'd have said, okay, I'm going to interview them. They never got the job, and they never would have known why they didn't get the job.
Because I'm afraid the thing would have happened, if I couldn't get in McDonald's, I'm out front of McDonald's.
Right. Right.
The M's, the golden arches, what I'm saying?
And we paying above minimum wage. Even to 14, 15-year-olds, we start them off at $12 an hour. We pay them above 14, 15, $12 an hour. That's above minimum wage. So you're not just coming applying for some, it's McDonald's, yes, but it's the building blocks. We trying to teach them there. This is the way that you go to the next job. The next job. This is the
Well, I didn't know you were giving young kids like that opportunity because I thought it was a certain age you got to be to earn a wage.
Yeah.
You know.
14.
14?
I mean, they can only work like 4 hours a day.
Okay,
They got to be gone by 8 o'clock, so we don't have very many.
You come in, you can wipe down, sweep up, you can flip the fries.
That's work.
You know, clean the grill.
I started working when I was 14.
Stock up.
I did too.
Divisional recreation.
Yeah, I did too. At yeah, boy, you was carrying groceries.
I mean,
I
did that too.
You did that? Yeah, we all did. We was the jitneys. We was the jitney man. You know, I had a vehicle back then, but the 2 legs, where you going, ma'am? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take the $2.
Yeah.
Go to the icy lady in the projects.
Yeah.
Y'all remember.
Yeah. You're right. But I started working when I was 14, Division of Recreation, summer lunch program. I was the office manager.
You were the office manager of the summer lunch program?
Division of Recreation.
You know how much power you had with that? Because food controls everything. If you can feed somebody, you got killers on your team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. I'm making light, but it's a serious thing, you know?
You're right. But my point is, any job that you go in and asking somebody for employment where they're going to pay you for a service, you should go in there properly, no matter
Wow,
what.
Billy, that is great that you're in that position and you're not a gatekeeper. And, to hear that, man, that's very inspiring and encouraging, man. Mm-hmm. And so be it that you operate like that, has that been good for business? Obviously, it has if you expand to multiple locations.
Yeah. Yeah, it has. Now, that's not to say everything is a rainbow because we have some turnover, because sometimes McDonald's not a fit for everybody, but we're trying to keep and grow the ones that do come in and grasp it and want to do something. We try to keep those. I have 10 young people throughout our organization that I personally mentor through relationships, going to college, buying their first car, taking their driver's test. If they tell me I want my driver's license, okay, I send them the manual. Yeah. Send the manual, practice the manual. Sometimes even take them to go take the first part of the test because I want to see our kids succeed. And sometimes it takes just a little bit of help to get over the hump.
Tell me about the summit.
Okay.
And what you're going to be touching on and speaking on, and some of the people you're going to have there.
Okay, so roughly about a month ago, I wasn't feeling good about where we were with this administration sort of erasing our history right in front of our face, taking Harriet Tubman off the Smithsonian website, some other things they're doing. Now it's the National Guard they want to deploy into major urban cities, especially Democratic cities. What is Cleveland? Major Democratic urban city. And they were using the crime rate as a measure.
Pretext.
Right. So what is Cleveland's crime rate? They probably should have came here before they went to
yeah. Right.
Based on the crime rate. So I'm saying to us as leaders, how can we sit and ignore what's going on there and don't think it can't happen here because we live in a Republican state? Now, this is a Democratic area. They want to suppress the vote for 2026. So we can't sit in this moment and not get organized. So the summit, while it's a tough conversation with us, we still, under that, we need to organize. What would happen if the military were to take over the street? You think our young people would let that go on? The way that our young people feel, that would be horrible for us because I don't think it's a winnable fight, but our young people are not going to sit still for that. So in that, we got to get organized. What would we do if that were to happen? The National Guard get deployed on City Street.
Yeah, I ask myself that question all the time, looking at footage and images from these other places. Like, really, you come outside, like, really, how are you going to react? You know?
We got to be organized. What do we do under this government shutdown? How do we operate? Who is the race that's most adversely affected by this stuff? What do we do in that moment? So the summit, we're going to discuss that. So I got every major civil rights organization on the panel. I got Chairman Fahim from New Era. He's going to be on the stage. I got
New Era Cleveland.
New Era Cleveland. I got Marcia Mockaby, President and CEO of the Urban League, going to be on there. Will, President of NAACP, Marcia McCoy, President of National Action Network. I got Reverend Kavanaugh coming. We're going to have a real earnest conversation about where we are in the black community.
Now you told me in earnest that you told me candidly and in earnest that this all started from a conversation with some of the participants online.
Well, so I was feeling frustrated in this moment that, to me, our historic black civil rights organizations weren't saying anything. I didn't hear anything from clergy, didn't hear anything from elected officials. So the silence to me was deafening. So I put up a post that said, I believe we're being sold out.
I've been saying it for years.
I believe we're being sold out. And it took off. People started commenting. They started demonstrating how they felt in the moment. So I said, now what are we going to do? I said, we got to get organized. So now let's let the civil rights organizations come in, tell us what they're doing in this moment. I found out that some of these organizations have put lawsuits on this administration for some of the stuff they do, but we don't know that on the ground. So this is their opportunity to come and tell us what are they doing. What are they doing? And then how do we organize up under that? Because the major thing is we got to get organized.
And you said this is when? October?
It's October the 25th at the East Cleveland Library. Doors open at 11. The program will start at 12. I'm telling everybody, check your ego at the door. Check your ego, because there's going to be some people in that room you might not get along with, but we've got to come together and come up with a local black agenda for us.
Yeah. I mean, you got a real strong one going on in this community, Superior Renaissance. So, all like-minded individuals need to, converge and talk with each other.
You see what I'm saying? Because that program that you got, the Superior
Renaissance?
No, the Cleanup Project.
Superior Clean Team?
The Superior Clean Team, why can't that be reduplicated on Kinsman? Why can't that be reduplicated on Harvard? You see what I'm saying? So you are a person, like I'm bringing Chairman Fahim in, because he got some programs on his side of town. We need to duplicate those positive programs to take back our community. Here's another one. Can you tell me, on the urban side, the east side of Cleveland, where there's a CVS or a Rite Aid before you get to Shaker Heights? To Shaker Square.
A CVS or a Rite Aid? Well, pharmacy, I know several, down low pharmacies you can holler at,
Well, I mean, where my
I don't know.
Can go. Right.
It used to be Euclid, and ain't there no more about
Closed.
Yeah.
The one on 55th. No, I'm sorry, 105 in St. Clair closed. The one on 55th in Superior closed.
Billy, what do we care about a CVS opening in the community?
Why do we care about it? Because my grandmother that stays in the high rises next to it has to get her medication from there. Okay. Where she could walk to get her medication, now she got to catch a bus or get a ride to get her medication. No, that one is open. That's why I said other than that one. That's the nearest one now. That one's closed. That's what I'm saying. That one closed. I went past there 2 weeks ago. It's closed now. Yep. And notice all of those were near high rises where our seniors could go and get their medication right in their neighborhood. Now they can't. They did 2 weeks ago. So my point is, one of the reasons why, look at the Giant Eagle that was up on Buckeye. Closed because we going in there, stealing out the back door, stealing out the front door. We can't ask business to stay in our community and we ripping them off through the front door and ripping them off through the back door. That's the conversation we got to have with us.
Yeah, real talk.
Because when the person comes in the barbershop with the bag with the cheap lotion and the cheap laundry detergent that I like, I got to tell them I can't buy that because then I'm complicit in closing that business down. Some self-responsibility.
Yeah, you hear all that, and then you get to thinking like, I gotta go shopping later.
Yeah.
And then you do that cost analysis, and homie right there in front of you with all the goods. It's like, man, yes.
But now do I
I don't know.
But do I want my grandmother now to have to start getting her resources, medication, her stuff that she got to get out the store? Do I want to have to travel far to get that now because I kept taking the easy way out?
See, them tough things we do have to address. Even Conwell was talking about that. Yeah, nobody want to bring businesses to the community because of all the theft. But we got to address things like give the youth opportunity, so they won't commit so much thievery. We had Laverne Gore, she's running for Cleveland mayor. She was just on last week. Great lady, and she was talking about a few things what we need to do with the youth and for the youth. So was Randy Willis talking about that. So was Alana Bell. Kevin Conwell did some great things in the community. More must be done.
So I'm glad you said that. This is why this is a tough conversation. So we've always let politicians tell us that we need to get better paying jobs for our young people, right?
Okay.
You would agree that's what they said.
Yeah.
So then Amazon came. Amazon was paying $18, $19, $20 an hour, sometimes more than that. If it's the peak, then why didn't that solve our problem?
Yeah, because some people complaining about how their feet was hurting, working in the factories 15 hours a day. Well, if you wasn't making no money, how you complaining about working in the factory?
Make it
Because they smoke weed?
Also, she's saying individual responsibility.
Oh,
So
Miss Money, mismanagement, individual responsibility.
So then is
that something to address at the summit?
Yes, because this is it. We have to stop giving people off ramps and realize maybe some of our people simply just don't want to work.
Yeah, lazy.
Now, see, that's a gut punch. Wait a minute. They just don't. Yeah, some of our people just don't want to work because my McDonald's. For third shift we hired $15 an hour. 15. If you hungry and you say you don't have money, you can't go make $15 an hour making burgers.
Yeah.
So wait, either you don't want to work, or something's going on.
I seen a video by Minister Farrakhan the other day. He said, "Yeah, all you people talking about you wouldn't even work for the white man. You know, hey, something beats nothing." He said he'll go dig a ditch for his family.
Of course he would.
If he had to.
That's if you hungry. That's if you hungry and you got to survive. You're going to go dig that ditch, or you're going to go work at McDonald's, or you're going to go to Amazon and stand on your feet to make that money to be on your own. If you're not doing that, then something's wrong. That's why I'm talking about individual responsibility in this conversation. That's why this is going to be a tough conversation, because we're going to have to talk about these things. The theft part of it. The reason why we don't turn those people in is because sometimes they live in our basement or they live in our attic. I ain't going to tell on JoJo. I know JoJo's stealing out the dollar store. But he live in my house. How am I going to tell him? I ain't going to snitch on him. You see how hard of a conversation that is?
So what are we to do?
Then we're going to have to all come together and pool and talk about it. Because eventually we're going to have deserts in our community.
We're going to have to make them do what they need to do and stop holding them back from responsibility.
Give her a mic, somebody, please. You got a comment?
Because that's it right there.
Hold on. He's going to give you a mic, please.
Okay. She is absolutely right.
I'm sorry, I'm a little passionate.
No, go ahead. Because I'm a little passionate too.
Okay, yeah, because I just put my 22-year-old out because she, that marijuana that's fake with no seeds in it, it's making them.
That you talking about Tunchi?
Yeah, Tunchi, yeah, all that.
That's different from.
Whatever it is,
yeah.
these kids are smoking, their minds is gone with it.
Right.
I mean, they smoke their minds away.
Right.
I mean, and just, we got to make them be more responsible. We got to show them the old school way. We got to come back as families. Because the kids haven't seen families grow up and be together, and we just got to, we got to make them accountable.
But Sonya, what do you think about the summit he's proposing to have in a couple of days, where he's going to bring leaders of the community together to discuss some of these societal ills that we're facing and how we can challenge those things to our benefit? What do you think of that?
I mean, a lot of the, parents are, like you said, some of them living with us, like you was making that point. We want to have to hold them accountable and stop being afraid to speak our truths so they can learn, because that's what's holding them back. We're too afraid to be honest.
And hold them accountable.
I just told my 22-year-old she had to get out. She's been here for a whole year, because she's talking to me in no kind of way, disrespecting me, and I'm not having it.
So watch this though, real quick.
We have to do some things that we don't want to do.
Imagine if she disrespecting you. Imagine what she's doing to people in the community. So if she don't respect her mother, she not respecting police officers. She not respecting her job.
Well, you know what? She's respecting police officers now.
Yeah, because we don't want to go to jail.
She had to go to court and fight her case.
Yeah.
So now that taught her.
But had she started off respecting you, she would have never got there.
Well, when she started smoking, like I said, that marijuana.
It's the marijuana.
Yeah, it is, man. And I just feel like it's not what it used to be. There's more chemicals in it, and it's taking their minds. They're not the same. Whatever they're putting in this stuff is not.
So player team,
right.
let me ask you this.
She's been out the country. She didn't travel. She didn't done more things than I have done. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I have to make her accountable.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be accountable.
Let me ask you this. At some point, you made a choice, an individual choice, to get to where you are now, as opposed to maybe like some of your friends. Like when I grew up, all of my friends were drug dealers, all of them. They respected me, I respected them. We had good times together. But I chose individual responsibility to do something else. At some point, you chose to do something different that got you here. I'm saying we cannot abdicate our kids from making that choice a positive choice. Right now, as she said, we give them too many off ramps. We make too many excuses.
Crutches.
Crutches. There you go, crutches. We've got to give them the opportunity to make the right choice. Because far too often they're making the wrong choice, and then we make excuses. Oh, it's the white man. Oh, it's society that.
Yeah, it's the Chinese man. It's the white man. It's the Jew. It's the Arab.
Right.
It's the Indian. It's the Haitian.
Now,
it's the Irish.
That dollar store on Eddy Road in East Cleveland, I don't never see a white person coming out of there stealing. Somebody coming out of there stealing is always us. So I can't, when that store closes and they don't have that resource in that community, it won't be because the white man did. It's because we went there and kept stealing out of there. You see what I'm saying? This is going to be a tough conversation because we're going to have to get down to the nooks and crannies and the stuff that people not.
Yeah, I remember there used to be an all-you-can-eat place right across the street from Hollywood in the hood. Some of the best food you could have, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Didn't stay very long because the same brothers who was cooking it up was selling the eggs and the bacon throughout the back door.
See?
Nah, I wasn't. Now, I ain't gonna front. Had I ate bacon, I probably would have. And see, but not now though. But back then, when you're working through things and you're trying to get right, you know. But that's.
I'm saying that when I said that about the story about it being in the barbershop with the goodies. Now, I'm not saying I never bought them. You see what I'm saying? but I'm a little older now. The gravity of
right,
it.
You think about it.
Right.
Like,
So
you don't want to keep
do
perpetuating the same thing.
Right. Because I had to say, well, what's my responsibility in that situation? I can't be complicit and I'm getting the goodies and not paying what the store asked me to pay. Because now we got people who don't have cars that need that location to get their day-to-day stuff out of there. And by us continue to do that system, it's going to be gone.
Have some of the people you invited to speak, are they chomping at the bit, texting you, emailing you like they're super prepared?
Oh yeah,
Because
they were unaware that the community at large, at least on our level, there's different levels of community. I'm always down here. I'm down here where the food banks at right. So those people were not getting the information. So they chomping at the bit to get this information. What they've been doing in this moment for us. They want people to know that Urban League is bringing information about how we should be acting under this government shutdown. What are the ramifications under the government shutdown? I'll tell you one of them. I got the Toys For Tots program, right?
Yeah.
The Marines informed me today that they can't come to my fundraiser tomorrow because they've been told not to do public events during the government shutdown.
Yeah,
now that's a toy program.
We got to project strength. We in your communities right now. We ain't bringing toys. Yeah, we bringing toys, but not the kind of toys you thinking about.
Right.
You know, it's a perception thing. But that's crazy. Come on now.
But that's the environment we live in. Now I'm telling you, and I'm telling the people that I'm having on that panel, I appreciate you in this moment because as you speak out on these issues and this administration in this moment, you're at risk. You got a call?
Yeah, we got a call.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Good. Yo, what's up? Who this? Oh, what's up, Stereo the Hitman? Everything is everything. I'm right here with BSOM.
You definitely got to get the youth on track. Like, everything's going on. Everything's so long, you know, we got to to switch that up because everybody's doing crazy stuff, man. It's okay. But it's not okay.
Right.
We gotta get our people back on track, man. It makes a lot of sense. You know, it's easy to blame people for stuff, but you know, like Michael Jackson said, you gotta start with fire in the mirror.
Right. That's right.
You know?
That's right. No, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's real talk. That's real talk, Stereo. Do you support his initiative he's taking in the community, like with the summit that's approaching?
I think it's a beautiful thing. Real talk. I think it's a beautiful
It
thing,
really
man.
is. It really is.
Well, I appreciate that. To his point, though, we will have some young people in the room because I want to hear from them. Far too often we develop programs for constituencies and don't talk to them, and then we get it wrong. I want to hear why young people don't want to vote. I don't care what it sounds like to us. It may sound crazy because we think about Martin Luther King and our ancestors died for the right to vote. That's not the way they view it. So why is it that they
No,
don't
that's
vote?
not the way they do
Yeah.
it.
You see what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
not the way. So no longer can you tell a young person about Martin Luther King and other to get them motivated to vote.
Yeah, they don't care nothing because
So
they
now
didn't
we
live
have
in
to
that
talk
time.
to them. We're not gonna be able to talk at them. We're gonna have to talk to them and then listen to what they say. So at the summit, it will be some young people in the room to give us their point of view of how they operate.
Well, I can tell you right now, New Era Cleveland is one of the youth
There you go.
organizations.
That's why I had to get him in that room.
And what I like about New Era Cleveland is that they don't just talk or march or anything. They organize.
Yeah.
They will organize to where they'll all meet up and go patronize a black business at one time
Right.
and spend a lot of money
Right.
and buy that person up, whatever they selling.
Right.
They do real like tangible things.
Right.
They don't just say, hey, yeah, the Arab, the Indian, the Pakistani. No, they don't do that.
So remember what I said. Some
I
people.
just want to say one more thing on your show here, right? And you'll be surprised because as an advocate, and I talk to the team and stuff, they really want somebody to talk to them. We ran them off. We ran them off. Like, it is crazy, they just young off. They really want somebody to talk to them. Like, they really want to get out what they have to say. So I think it's going to be better than you young people going to find out. All you got to do is listen to them.
There you go.
They definitely going to be a little bit.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, you're right, Stereo. And I commend Billy Sharp. Like he says, he's gonna have some youth groups there in attendance and speaking and give their 2 cents.
Yeah, we gotta hear from them, and I think he's right. They want to be heard in the moment. They don't want to be told.
Right.
So, for example, organization come up with a financial literacy program, right?
Okay.
So, what good is a financial literacy program for a family that doesn't have finance?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I done went out and did the research, and I got the money. I done launched the program, and 2 people show up. Because I didn't talk to the people to see what it was they need actually to learn how to do resume. They need some kind of a skill certification class where I can get certified in plumbing or whatever, so I can get to the point where I need financial literacy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to start talking to people and listen and not talk at them. And in this room, in that conversation, this summit, that's what we do.
See, Billy ain't just talking. He said, "Look, I can give you an opportunity. I got hookups you can work to take care of your family. I hook you up with other resources. Yeah, you got to appreciate those in the community that ain't just talking. That's walking the walk."
There you go. It's the individual responsibility. To the lady's point, we've gotten away from holding people accountable for the individual. I'm not saying do something extraordinary. I'm saying do what you do. What you can do from your position in the community, that's what you do.
Pull a
every day.
coattail.
That's right.
If you got something strong going on, you've been consistent and persistent, and there's a young one around, and they seeking knowledge, pull a coattail. That's what you can do.
Yeah.
Man, be a woman.
Or be the example. Right. Be the man, be a woman, be the example. Because people ain't really caring about what you're saying. They watching what you do. They watching what you do. They don't care too much about what you're saying.
There you go.
It ain't about what you're saying.
It's about what you do. And I say this, and this came from Louis Farrakhan, right? He said, if you are afraid, your fear has already limited your ability to participate in a discussion about a black agenda. So if you come into this discussion scared, don't even bother coming in. Don't even bother coming in.
Now, Billy. Now, Billy, besides the summit going on, which is a powerful thing, it's another platform you got going on that's been going on for years now. And you mentioned a little bit earlier about the Marines not showing up.
Right.
But you got Toys for Tots going on?
Now, if you remember, that's how we first met.
Yeah.
I was the director of the nonprofit arm for my church, Mount Gilead, and we were doing our Toys for Tots, and this was the first program I came on.
Yeah, we press covered that at Mount Gilead.
Yeah. That man, you know how long ago that was?
Yeah, that was a minute.
So I'm still going strong with it.
And they had some nice gifts too. They had some nice gifts for the kids. It wasn't just the Family Dollar, art pack. No. For $3.
Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't the Family Dollar art pack.
Yeah. So we kicking off tomorrow.
Nothing wrong with the Family Dollar art pack. Ain't nothing wrong with the Family Dollar art pack. Because there you go, man. I don't want to front on nobody. Okay.
Right. So we kicking off our white party. That's where you come. You give a toy or $20. It's just an annual fundraiser that we do to kick off the season. We start registration so you can register your kids and then come to the big giveaway that's going to be in December. So the white party is going to be tomorrow, October the 18th. Doors open at 6.
So that's like the fundraiser for the Toys for Tots.
Right. And that's the kickoff.
Oh, that's intelligent, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and then come have a nice time, get in your all white and donate and help some kids. It's a real positive event.
So you could donate money or a gift.
Or a toy, right.
And you're going to have a party for them, food.
Oh,
that's amazing. Yeah, I wondered how you got down like that. That's big, man.
Because even though the toys is free for the kids, but some of the stuff costs. I got to rent a truck.
Yeah, I said it ain't the Family Dollar art pack.
Yeah.
For real. I seen nice packaging, nice wrapping too. It had to be nice stuff. And then some stuff was unwrapped and you seen what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got to
kind of wish I was a kid when I walked in there. I was all googly eyed, but hey, maybe it's the kid in me. I don't know. I was looking for the little green army men and stuff. The racetrack, you know what I'm saying? Connect 4, you know? You know what I'm saying, Khadijah?
Yeah. So I'm involved with a philanthropy group that they do car shows. And so this year,
who do car shows?
It's a philanthropy group I'm in. They do car shows that's what they get their kicks. So they do these big. They just did one in Akron. It's like vintage cars, all that. I mean, it's at Hale Farms. It's really big. So they do it as a fundraiser. They raise a whole bunch of money. So this year, they donate to the Toys for Tots program a series of bikes. So like 10, 12 bikes that they don't donate to the program. I'm happy to be involved with them. We've done, Edwin's, they have a training program for their students.
You talking about
the restaurant?
Yeah, because we had Antoine Teasley on, Twin. Twin is a professing chef over there at Edwin's.
Right. So we adopted that whole program last year and gave toys to the students. The students that are in the class, their kids, we provided Christmas for all of them. They have a daycare when they were up on Shaker Square. So this philanthropy group adopted that program that year. So that's what they do. We pick organizations to adopt and help the kids.
Hold on, Billy. Now that you've been doing that for quite some time now, and it's building the reputation that it's building, have you been approached by people that want to bring that platform on to whatever they got going on?
Of course. It do. So we've gotten so big with the original Toys for Tots program. I'm glad you brought that up. We are going to adopt the East Cleveland Library's Toys for Tots program.
Wow! How did that happen? How did that come about? Because I'm the Cleveland Library. I can handle this.
Well, because of the environment that we're in with this administration, the East Cleveland Library will face a $250,000 deficit next year. So what I said, I'll get a group of people together. We'll adopt your Toys for Tots program, so that way you can divert that money somewhere else to cover your help cover your shortfall. They don't cover it all. So we're going to adopt it. So I've already donated money to their Toys for Tots program. I'll make an announcement at the summit, actually, about this group of community activists that have gotten together. We're going to adopt that program so they can use those funds somewhere else where the library needs it.
Wow, yeah. Hold on, you used to have the, was it fire, police, and those kind of people involved too?
Yeah. So that's That's the collection. We'll do that in our McDonald's restaurants, where the St. Clair location, elected officials come through, the fire department come through to donate toys, the police department will come through and donate toys. We'll do that this year too. So look for that in all 6 of our locations around.
And so when is the official Toys for Tots where you gonna actually give? I know
that's
they got to
always
register.
Undisclosed. Right.
Oh,
that's why we never tell, because the kids have to register.
Yeah, you got to register.
Show up.
You can't just show up like, yeah, I want Voltron.
So
No, your parents got to sign you up.
Right. So we never give out that date and location.
Hold on. Has it been a thing where we have this event and the word somehow got out in social media era and some people that wasn't registered showed up? How did we handle that, Billy?
It happens. The worst thing for me is for a kid to show up and not have a toy for them. So I always have a little extra. To take care of that. But it does happen because Susie gonna give it to her friend and say, "Hey man, they over here doing this. They told me not to tell you, but." Yeah. And so we get that. But the worst thing is like this year we almost didn't have the program because of the shutdown. So when I register those kids, a big toy, we call it, and an education toy is allocated for that kid. So I cannot give that kid's toy to somebody who wasn't registered.
You know what? We might have to switch things up a little bit. Yeah, if you register this year, well, to get in next year, you're going to have to give something for the next go round. Then you can come back the following year after that. But you got to give too. You can't just every year I'm going to skip by Christmas because I'm going to holler at Billy and them. Nah. You got to do too.
But that's why I said when I announced the summit, I said I think I am a part of the sellout because I'm nipping at the edges. I do book bags, I give toys away, but I'm nipping at the edges of what's really going on in our community, what our community really needs. So of course, I do those things, but I'm a part of the sellout because I wasn't getting to what is really missing. Why do these young people come into the interview with flip flops on, and one girl came a full muumuu and bonnet on, saying, "Can I?"
You hear that? Came to a job interview in a muumuu and a bonnet.
With flip flop, I mean, was very serious about getting the job. But when I told her I'm gonna reschedule her, she got mad. She ripped up the applications. This is only McDonald's, and she stormed out.
Oh my God! Now, Billy, I know you gotta go.
Yes.
Real quick, man. Let's get some people to even care about the summit and to show up.
Okay, so what should make you want to show up to the summit? This is a conversation about us. That simply should make you want to show up because we've got to do better and we got to be better. We've got to construct a local Black agenda. If we don't, we stand the risk of sliding so far behind that we may not be able to save it. That you should want to be engaged in this conversation because it's about us and it cannot be about anybody else. I also made the promise that this will not be sponsored by corporate dollars or government dollars.
Huh? Yeah, ain't nobody put a battery in my back.
So even my company, McDonald's, I'm not even letting them donate. This is the reason why, Player T. When I'm ready to say something in regards to the summit,
you don't want to be muzzled
and lose my funding because I said something that offended somebody. No, we're going to have to talk about what we need to talk about in that room. And it's got to be a free conversation.
Give it up. Billy Sharp, Omni Media. Hey, if somebody want to patronize your platform, support Toys for Tots or what have you, how could they do that?
Find me on any platform. Just type in Billy L. Sharp and it'll come up. Facebook, Instagram, X. I'm on, what's the other one? Threads. I got them on TikTok. Just go to any of those. Just type in Billy Sharp. It's gonna come up.
Give it up. Player T, that's me, Hollywood in the Hood. Hey, I want to thank everybody around the world for tuning in tonight, watching this live stream. If you're in the city of Cleveland, you want to support the summit, you want to show up, come on out to it October 25th, East Cleveland
East
Library.
Cleveland Library.
If you want to support Toys for Tots, reach out to Billy Sharp on social media. Player T, that's me, Hollywood in the Hood.